This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
All right, have a good weekend out there. Happy Father's Day. Mitch back Tuesday. Pauly and John Jastremski going at it for the next couple hours here. Been a lot of fun the last couple days. Orange and blue skies. JJ's on Cloud 9. We'll talk Yankees and MLB coming up. Matt Vasgersian later in the show. JJ's going to fade a big pitcher tonight. I can't wait to get his analysis in 10 minutes. Man down. We lost a ref is cramping up now. He was down on the pitch. They had to bring out water. He's getting a standing ovation now. I mean, apparently he's going to be okay, but we lost a man here. Still 2-0 late in the match. Over 2.5 plus 650. So much like the A's team total, again, it can happen in soccer, but 2-0 in the 43rd minute. We've had nothing since, and the total was 2.5. 2-0 exact score at Circa was plus 650.
And that's why, Paul, you can't be counting that money, even if you're up 2-0 when the total's at 2.5 for 40-something minutes to go in the match. Like, there's a lot of time left. And when a team with 2 goals all of a sudden decides to play keep away, and the Aussies are in a spot where they can't generate much of an attack, and it hasn't seemed like the Aussies. Again, we're doing the show and watching this at the same time. So, we're monitoring as we're trying to be professionals here. We're doing a little bit of both. But, every time I look up and I'm watching, I'm not looking at you. It seems like the ball is kind of around midfield and you're not seeing serious scoring attacks. But, I think we got 6 extra minutes here added to the clock. So now or never, United States making some subs. So, listen, the United States is going to win this game. They're going to be advancing out of group play. We'll find out soon enough, though, if on Friday night you could celebrate them winning this group, which would have been a nice payout if you took it at the start of the tournament.
Absolutely. So, yes, you are correct. We will advance, and we need a Paraguay win or draw, and then we would win the group, which you talked about those tickets and how great that would be as well. And who knows how much time we're looking at here with the shenanigans with the ref cramping up. They kind of make it up as they go. With the added time and what we could be looking at. But USA, probably a couple minutes left if they can hang on 2-0. The other matches coming up. We're less than an hour away. The atmosphere at Foxborough tonight, Gillette Stadium, between these fans, Morocco and Scotland. Hide the women and children, and you better have plenty of beer for the Tartan Army. I know you're on my side now. Morocco minus 145, draw plus 270. Scotland plus 475. FIFA rankings, Morocco 6th, Scotland 37th. Scotland did beat Haiti 1-0. You could argue, though, they were outplayed, and Haiti deserved the better fate, and I was very impressed. We had a guest on last week who said Morocco doesn't know what they're walking into against this Brazil buzzsaw. But to get out of there with a draw, and I thought outplayed them at moments, and to get the 1-1 draw, I really like Morocco coming up in less than an hour. And if you want to lay the spread, you want to lay a goal and a half, that's plus 230 in some spots. But great story with Scotland. Love their fans. But I think Morocco's much the best here coming up. And it looks like about 75 degrees at Foxborough.
Which, by the way, is not terrible from a humidity standpoint. I know that's been a major theme we've been talking about with a lot of these European teams. That's not too shabby. For the been worse, as crazy as it is to say. Curious to get your take here, Pauly. Late night game. And I know it's not so late for you out on the West Coast, but for me it is at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
This Paraguay-Turkey match where if you get a certain result, we're talking about the United States winning pool play and winning their region. Can I entice you on a plus 240 draw for these two?
I like it. I'm not opposed to that. Absolutely. FIFA rankings, 26th. Against 42. Both teams embarrassed in their first match, especially Paraguay, getting blown out by USA. I don't mind that at all at plus 240. And again, let me update. It's a final. Great job. USA wins 2-0. They advance. Draws, you're up 21 units so far. I don't know about the total, though. I don't know. I think it was Nigel who was making the case it could be cagey and nervy. But the other thing, condolences to you because we get the best of it all the time. I don't know how you do it as a sports fan on the East Coast. I mean, you really take it in the shorts where you're talking about 10, 11 p.m. start times, and even like Monday Night Football. What you got a 8:30, 8:40 kickoff?
8:30 Monday Night Football. I'll tell you, Pauly, like, yes. Here's the benefit of it for me.
Yeah.
I work nightly television at SNY at 11 o'clock, like I will do later on this evening.
Okay.
Didn't last night, thank goodness, because I was wiped after parade coverage, Follow the Money, then a podcast. Thank goodness they took me off the schedule on Thursday night. But I'm usually a creature of the night where, like, despite having a 1-year-old at home, I come back after the show, and you're an entertainer. You're a guy that's on the air 5 days a week. You get off the air, you're not ready to go to sleep. You're rip roaring. You got your adrenaline through the roof.
Yep.
So for me, like those late night West Coast basketball games or a baseball game, college basketball when they're playing out on the West Coast, it's great for me. I'll tell you my biggest pet peeve with the West Coast schedule, and we don't have to worry about this until football season. The 9 o'clock games are torture. I don't like it. And forget it. If they're playing in London or they're playing overseas and then you got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's a no for me, dog, to quote Randy Jackson. So there's give and take, right? Like I would like the idea that my football Sunday would be over by 8 o'clock and I could go get dinner and kind of unwind for a couple hours before I go to bed. But you like getting up at 9:30 and getting right into Sunday football and the college football. I guess you love it. Okay.
Love it. Yep.
I'd have to get used to it, I guess.
Sure. It's great. Yep. So again, we advance. USA wins 2-0. And the middle match, JJ, is Brazil and Haiti. And Brazil's minus $9. The total 3.5, over minus 130. FIFA rankings, number 5 against 85. I think they can put it on Haiti here. Minus 1.5 on the spread is minus 320. Brazil minus 2.5 goals, minus 125. You have the underdog to score angle, which after I talked about it yesterday when it was off to a 19-4 start, that is now that's keeps losing since I mentioned it. But again, maybe Haiti can get one in here with the BTTS. That was a loser, obviously, with the clean sheet by the United States. You're up 11 units now if you bet BTTS every match as well. But we'll see if Brazil can put it on Haiti coming up in that is, I forget where that is, but that's
Philly. I believe that game is in Philly.
You are correct,
yep.
Philly. And I think it's high 70s with the weather there as well. But again, a lot of guys at VSiN on the website making a case for over 3.5 with this one if Brazil can put it on them. And to start Saturday morning, what a match with Sweden and the Netherlands. I bet the over 2.5. Sweden, FIFA rankings 34th. Netherlands 8. Two great clubs go. Sweden, awesome performance to start to bury Tunisia 5-1. Netherlands with the incredible draw. 4 second-half goals in their match in the first one. 2.5 seems light here with the total. And I think we could see goals in Sweden and Netherlands to kick it off on Saturday. And it's going to be a great weekend of action. Did anything else stick out to you other than Morocco coming up at in 40 minutes?
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because that Sweden-Netherlands game, I'm seeing a money line on DraftKings Sportsbook at minus 135. I will be on the Dutch. I played the Dutch for what it's worth, Pauly, 16, 17-1 to go and win this thing. I don't think they necessarily will. I thought it was a good number. And if you look historically speaking, the Dutch have had a lot of success in this tournament. They've had a lot of years where they can advance and get deep into this thing. So that's one I'm going to look to play in the early afternoon tomorrow. I'll play minus 135 with the Dutch.
Okay. This is wild. As it's official now. USA wins 2-0, and we advance. That's a great start to bury Paraguay. And we've conceded 1 goal in the 2 matches as well. So all the talk about the defense or the keeper and maybe some negatives, you also do it with a major injury. And I'll tell you the big thing. You know, we've had the luck. We've been fortunate. Each match we've had an own goal, but they've started strong. They jump on clubs early. Great start. And this close to winning the group as well, which would be huge. But to put it in perspective, we haven't started 2-0 in the World Cup since 1930. So full marks, A+ by the USA. And it was electric here at the Book and the bars. The place was packed, sold out. And bedlam when they scored early with everyone with the USA chants and everyone having a good time. and it's completely packed here at Circus. USA gets the win again.
Pulisic being out and finding a way to survive, super impressive. Where are we now? As I'm watching Rory just drop a birdie, I'm watching Scotty just drop a birdie. So a couple of the best players in the world trying to get going there. What are we now signing for the United States in this tournament? Like what minimum? I round point. 16, right? Minimum. Absolutely. That's a good point. I would say Elite Eight at this point, right? Because you're going to get daring to dream. Yeah, you're going to get a good draw. If you win the pool, the draw is going to be a lot better. Yeah, dare to dream. Absolutely,
I'm with you there about what the expectations are. And we take on Turkey Thursday night back at Inglewood. Clark set the record at Shinnecock through 36 holes, 7 under. Schauffele, Fitzpatrick, Stevens, McIlroy, 3 under. And the Cubs, 16-2 over the Blue Jays in the top of the 9th. I thought he had a lot of sharp guys like the under in that one. Oh. They steamed that under down, didn't they, buddy? Oh, man. Gossman had nothing. I couldn't believe it. Cubs are a weird team, man. Yes. I was telling you that before the show. They are an incredibly, incredibly streaky. And everybody keeps waiting for Toronto to go and figure it out this year. They just they seem to be stuck in the mud. They're like right around 500. Vlad Jr. not hitting, not playing like the team we saw that outplayed the Dodgers despite losing the World Series. Yeah, and we mentioned it yesterday, the run that PCA is on. He's 3 for 3 in this great performance as the Cubs are blowing out the Blue Jays. A great MLB card tonight. Some big-name pitchers are going. John's going to oppose one of them. He'll tell you who that is next on Follow the Money. VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, Sirius XM, Channel 158. So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, we'll talk more soccer in 15 minutes. More with the what's realistic now for USA as they advance and win 2-0. And vicious beat if you had the over. And I know Luke mentioned this, that a lot of people, you didn't like it when you saw Patrick Everson's tweet at Caesars. 98% of the bets and 98% of the money and 96% of the bets at Caesars on the BTTS and over 2.5. So 2-0.
Never what you want to see.
Oh, no.
Never, ever, ever what you want to see. You want to talk about kiss of death, Pauly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you feel this way. Like, we were talking about waking up on football Sundays, and like, I do a show every Sunday. I'm sure you're in your mode. You're getting ready for football. When I see those splits come out on games that I liked early in the week, and Patrick will send out the tweet, 78% on Buffalo minus 5.5 at Miami. I go, oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You never want to be signed with Joe Public.
Oh,
never.
God. So it dies. And again, 2-0 plus 650 exact score. Meat Man with a winner. Corners went over. 11 corners in the match. And we advance, see if we win the group later tonight. And we take on Turkey on Thursday. So, Mizorowski back at it for the Brewers. A legendary performance, all-time performance last time out. Complete game shutout, 1 hit, 15 strikeouts, faced the minimum. That's something that hadn't been done since, I think, 1912 with what he did. And then hitting 104 on the gun numerous times. He's taking on the Braves on the road. He was as high as 210. Now some Atlanta money. Perez on the mound. He is 0-3 with an ERA of 9 last 4. And Atlanta's lost 6 of 7 now. Total of 7.5. Can the Miz do it again, JJ?
So he's the best pitcher right now in the National League. He's without a doubt the front runner to be the National League Cy Young. And what I'm about to suggest, Pauly Howard, I think is going to surprise a lot of our audience. they're going to be like, numbnuts, Jastremski, you're going to go and bet against The Miz? The answer to that question, yes, Pauly Howard, is yes, yes, and yes. I like the Atlanta Braves tonight, who have been ice cold, and I know they're going up against a guy who's as good as anybody. But here's my logic on this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There are going to be very few opportunities this season to go and get a team as good as the Atlanta Braves at plus 149 at home. Hey, here's the calculus in this game. Get The Miz out. As good as he is, if he goes 5 innings and 2 runs and you keep the game competitive, you go and steal it, and then all of a sudden you're not feeling particularly good if you're laying 166 with Milwaukee. And, yeah, this is going to be a very public side. Listen, I expect the public to go and ride The Miz because he's treated you great. He's been dominant. He's been lights out. Atlanta, let him hang around. Keep this game close and let their lineup, which is the better lineup than the Milwaukee Brewers, go and pull it out in the late innings. If this game is 8-1 Milwaukee later on tonight, I will apologize to the Follow the Money audience. But, yes, when we do our best bets a little bit later on in the show, I will be fading The Miz. And, hey, Pauly, The Miz could go 7, 2 runs, strike out 10.
Yeah.
And Atlanta Braves go win a pitcher's duel. So I'm going to go fade the public on this one.
This is ridiculous, JJ. I mean, stuff that hasn't been done since 1910, like 1913. He's 7-0 in his last 8 with a 0.17 ERA. And during the course of the season, his fastball is averaging 100 miles an hour. They're off to their best start in team history. And you're catching the Braves at the right time. But can he keep this up? I mean, I guess you keep riding the wave here that it takes an act of God to score a run off the guy, how good he's been. So the other thing is what do you want to do with the strikeout prop, too? Where that's, and I know Matt Vasgersian gave that out last time.
He loves that.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big strikeout prop guy. He'll be all over it later.
Yeah. 10 plus is plus 170. 11 plus is almost 3-1. 12 plus Ks is 5-1 at DK. 13 plus is 9-1. So coming off the complete game. So I kind of like this too. And I like to play guys who are off a lot of pitches, a lot of pitches, and they throw a no-no. But you coming off that complete game, 15 Ks, there wasn't a lot of pitches, though, in that performance. It's just like, can he do this every single game where you're shutting everybody down? And can finally the Braves get on track here? But you're not going to see a better price maybe in a long time with what the Braves are priced at home.
That's my thought process here. And again, it's Miz could go and pitch a great game and lose 2-1. I just have to look at a number and acknowledge that it has now gotten out of control. And to me, this line has just gotten out of control. I think the Braves at that number should not be at that number. Like, to me, this should be a minus. If I was setting this line, and I'm not going to pretend to be the folks in the back at the Circa or at any of these sports books that have their algorithms and their formulas and are way better at this than I am. I'm not going to question their logic. Pauly, I would set this line at like 135, 140, but I guess they're trying to give you a little bit of a Miz tax here. I think that's what you're paying at minus 166.
No doubt. Oh, there's a tax. And everyone loves this story with the Brewers as well. How about your guy Schlittler going? Yankees 290 at home against the Reds. Yankees tough loss. Couldn't get the bats going last night. They couldn't get the broom out against the White Sox. But Schlittler leads the AL in ERA at 1.82. Do you expect the bats to come alive tonight? Minus 130 on the run line with the Yankees.
Well, as you know, I have the Yankees with the Team USA. So we had a little fun with that parlay. We got to bring that baby home. I'm not going to go and suggest to anyone to go and lay 267 with the Bombers. They have swung the bats pretty well without Aaron Judge. Unfortunately for the Follow the Money audience, the over last night was one of my best bets. It ended up being a big fat loser. We split the night because the Mets ended up cooperating down in Philadelphia. And my calculus on the game was just wrong, Pauly, because I thought Chicago would have far better success against Ryan Weathers. Didn't happen. Ended up being a tight game. And then Benintendi hit a grand slam against that stiff Doval, who is just a shell of the guy he once was with San Francisco a few years ago. And that ended up being the difference in the game. Warm night. I don't love Cincinnati's offense. And Schlittler is the goods. I mean, he's the real deal. He bounced back from a shaky start he had a couple of starts ago against Cleveland. Looked fantastic last Saturday when we saw him against the Toronto Blue Jays. I kind of like the under here in this game, if anything, Pauly. Give me the under.
All right.
Not a best bet, but if I had to play it, I'd play it at 8.5.
There's
Under Yanks Reds.
A lot of studs going tonight. Skubal is on the mound for Detroit against the White Sox. His second start back. Carpenter hitting .600 career against Fetty. Riley Green, 556. If you want to look at player props there as well. You also have Soriano going. DeGrom is going tonight. McGreevy and the Cardinals. McGreevy 12-2 to the under on the season. And I think the fishy line tonight is in the Mariners game. That is Bryce Miller.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Paul, you're speaking my love language. This is going to be one of my best bets of the night. This is the fishy of all fishy. This is a rat.
Yep.
This is a full-fledged rat getting even money with the Mariners against that crummy Red Sox team.
Yeah.
But here's the dirty little secret on the Red Sox. As awful as they have been this year, and they're 29-43 on the season, they've been better on the road than at Fenway Park.
Yes.
They have. They've been a hideous Fenway Park team. They've been more of a mediocre team playing away from Boston. And Ranger Suarez is a guy who's been good to me over the years. And you got to wonder, Red Sox season lost at sea. I know they gave him a big contract in the offseason. Is that a guy the Red Sox maybe at the deadline look to move, get a couple of prospects in return? Because he could go and help a contender. He's a good pitcher.
Yeah, I don't get it. They're the better team. The Red Sox have had a disastrous season. Seattle's won 8 of 10 at home, and cheap price tonight for Seattle. Some numbers with the A's. Springs against Soriano. Springs, the total's 10. Springs 0-3 with an ERA of 8 last 5. Soriano 1-3 with an ERA of 7 going back the last few starts against the A's. The A's have had his number, and I like the Rays. It's $1.50, $1.60 against the Nats, and they're a feel-good story. The opposite of the Red Sox, 24-9 at home, best home record in all of baseball. They start a 10-game homestand tonight against the Nats, and the Giants off the rain out. They've been playing better ball, but it is Roop tonight in Miami. They have lost the last 8 starts that he has been on the mound, and he was 0-6 with an ERA of 6 going back. The Marlins are $1.20, total of 8 in that matchup. Anything else that you wanted to point out, or maybe a total that you'd find interesting tonight?
I'm glad you brought up that Angels-A's game, because with Soriano on the mound, you would expect the Angels to be a smaller price. They're a plus 140 because the A's have hammered them. And playing these games in Sacramento, you just don't have confidence that Soriano or anybody for that matter can go and pitch well. Hefty price with the Sacramento A's, but it's one I would add to the portfolio. I think they're the right play in the game.
Yeah. U.S. Open update in a few minutes. We'll also do door 1, door 2. I'm going to put JJ on the spot. Up next, rapid fire, a blitzkrieg of picks. We'll go Scotland, Morocco, Brazil, Haiti, Turkey, and Paraguay coming up. Picks and props next. Follow the money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Malcolm Bradford up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Some big names are going to miss the cut at the U.S. Open, and the cut line is 3 over. We'll get to that. And again, Wyndham Clark, your leader through 2 rounds. Congrats if you had a ticket on him with the first round leader as well. USA wins 2-0. We advance. We'll see if we can win the group. We'll find out later with Turkey and Paraguay. Coming up in a half an hour, though, it's Morocco, and they're very popular. And more on this match. It's Malcolm Bamford. Joins us now from the Sports Gambling Podcast, and he's on the Progressive guest line. Appreciate the time, my friend. Are you concerned how popular Morocco? It seems like everyone likes them. Coming up in half an hour, they're $1.40 to win.
It feels like a little bit of a trap now. I am concerned. All things being equal, Morocco should win. They've got the better team. They've got the better form line. They were excellent against Brazil. Scotland were a little bit flabby against Haiti. So you put all of those things together, and it just looks like a Morocco win. But it's football. It doesn't work like that. I think the difference tonight with Scotland is Scotland were favourites in that first game against Haiti and had to go on the front foot. And that's not something Scotland are necessarily great at. They tend to play better as underdogs. This evening, Morocco will be on the front foot and Scotland can just sit in. I think the manager will play a little bit of a different system. He'll be slightly more stoic, slightly more defensive. And Scotland could easily perform the smash and grab and win it 1-0. But Morocco have got the better players. You go through Scotland. Scotland have been a really good story. Boston have loved them. Like the USA supporters have taken to them. The social media clips have been brilliant. It doesn't take away from the fact a lot of their players play like the lower reaches of the English leagues and the Scottish leagues. All things being equal, Morocco win this game. But like you, there's a tiny little alarm bell ringing.
Yeah.
We'll find out in 2 hours.
Yeah. Draw plus 260, total 2.5. How about a prop you like in this match?
Prop I like in this game is I've got two players for Morocco who get amongst the shots. So one is El Inouye, 2 shots for him. But the person I'm going to target is Achraf Hakimi, the big name for Morocco. He nominally plays right back. He pops up all over the field. It's like a guessing game where you're going to see Hakimi pop up next. You just abandon his position at right back. And he gets shots off all over the place. Achraf Hakimi to have 3 shots this evening he's a nice price, if I can find it in my notes. He is 11-4. So, sorry, I'm going British odds here. He is plus 275.
That's okay.
To get 3 shots, Achraf Hakimi. He will just pop up in the penalty area when you least expect him. Morocco will be on the front foot tonight as well. 2 shots is minus 111. 3 shots is plus 275 for the PSG player.
All right, Malcolm, let's get to a game that a lot of Americans are going to be very concerned with. Of course, late night, it will be Turkey taking on Paraguay. We know the calculus. If a certain outcome goes a certain way, the United States already is advancing after their victory today, will win the pool, will win the group. So is there going to be more celebrating for USA fans later on this evening? Or does Turkey get this done? How are you playing this match late in the evening?
I think Turkey is slightly overrated. There was quite a lot of steam on Turkey when they came into the tournament, and I don't know where it came from particularly. They weren't clearly better than any other team in this group. However, I cannot believe how bad Paraguay were in that first game. They were genuinely woeful. They were one of the teams. We knew how Paraguay play. Paraguay never deviate far from their stereotype. They're big, they're defensive, they're aggressive, they're tight, they're hard to play. They did none of that. Absolutely none of that. And that concerns me. What concerns me more from a Paraguay point of view is that Turkey now have to go and win as well. Turkey can't sleepwalk into a draw or sleepwalk into a defeat. Turkey need to be offensive. In even money, I say I can't get that visual of how bad Paraguay were out of my head. I'd take even money for Turkey. I think they've just got that little bit of quality. Paraguay have got no adjustment to make. They haven't got skillful forwards to throw on. They've got one way of playing, and I don't think it's going to be enough. If they go a goal down here tonight, I think they're goosed. So I'll take Turkey at the evens.
Okay, Malcolm, what the United States has done here in these first 2 matches, obviously they scored a ton of goals in their first one. They win their second one without arguably their best player. I don't know where you were on the United States team going into this World Cup. Has your opinion changed watching these first 2 matches? Were you bullish to begin with? Has the calculus at all changed for you watching the United States here in their first 2 matches?
Yeah, it absolutely has. I wasn't low on the USA. I spend most of my time working with people in the USA, so I've got to be very careful. So I wasn't too low on them. I wasn't being mean. They're better than I thought. They're really better than I thought. And what I like about them is how they've gone about it. There's a few different ways of trying to skin this cat, but the USA have done it in a way that's really easy to like. They're dynamic, they're offensive, they're continually on the front foot. They've scored goals in the first half in both games. They're forcing errors, and then they're not sitting back on it. They just go and play. They've got the crowd behind them, something that's important. You need to get the crowd involved. So everything they've done has been positive. The coach is clearly very good. The players are very well coached. None of this is happening by accident. They're not just doing it all on a wing and a prayer, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
It's all detailed to the final tee. I think they've been excellent. And what they can do, which will give them a good chance against anybody, is score goals. It sounds like an obvious thing to say when you're talking about football, but they can score goals. We're talking about Paraguay tonight. Paraguay can't. There's other teams in this competition that can't. USA can. So you put them up against Brazil, Portugal, France, whoever it might be. They can score 2 goals against absolutely anybody. They'll have a puncher's chance against anybody. A little bit of luck. If the opposition score you a goal in the first 10 minutes every game, that can't do anything but help your cause either. No, I've been genuinely really impressed. It's always great for the tournament when a host goes deep as well. It gets the nation going. It keeps the interest further into the tournament rather than the interest just waning away a little bit. So now, very, very impressed. And a deep run might be on the cards. Who knows?
Hope you're right. They're plus 155 Thursday against Turkey. You can bet that right now. Malcolm Bamford, our guest on the Progressive Guest Line. He's with the SGP podcast. And we're talking soccer. His picks so far. Morocco to win. That goes in 20 minutes. Hakimi shots. Turkey to win. And Arda Güler shots on target as well. One more match. I like where your head's at. Brazil and Haiti. Both teams to score plus 160. State your case, please.
A bit of a, not an outlier. It's plus 120. But Brazil are very poor. I was low on Brazil coming into the tournament. They did nothing against Morocco to make me change my mind. The problem with Brazil is their midfield is unfeasibly slow and immobile. They've got Bruno Guimaraes, who plays for my team, Newcastle. I watch him every week. One of my favourite players, but he can't move. Casemiro, similar. Looks like he's towing a caravan. And then they've got Lucas Paquetá, who's the same. All three of them, they've got no legs. It's painful. Us three, we were talking here. I think we could outrun them boys in that midfield.
Yeah.
And that just gives Haiti a chance. That's all it does. It gives Haiti a chance. In Haiti, I think they were a little bit unlucky against Scotland. They had more possession. They had more shots. They won the XG contest. And a trend in this tournament is we've seen underdogs get on the score sheet. Curacao scored. Saudi scored. Qatar scored. Jordan scored. Uzbekistan scored. No one's getting blown out. Or even the one blowout finished 7-1. So Brazil will beat them. They might beat them and cover the 3.5 spread. But that midfield will give Haiti a chance to get forward. And I'm not convinced by the Brazilian fullbacks either. So, yeah, I like it's good for the game. 22-1 Haiti. But they've got a goal in them. And I hope they do score one.
Excellent. Great to talk to you. Great to meet you. You're a character. Appreciate the time. Good luck to you.
Cheers, boys. Enjoy.
Cheers. You got it.
Cheers indeed, Malcolm,
right.
on a Friday. I love a little cheers sending us on our way, Pauly. That's exactly what we're looking for here. Friday happy hour for the whole world. Let's go.
Yet another reason to back Morocco, that Haiti deserved a better fate and outplayed Scotland. So, again, the BTTS, you're up 11.5 units, betting it in every match. And the draw is now up 21 units for the tournament. I can't believe how the book emptied out here right after the match on a holiday.
They probably all went to the stadium swim. You kidding
probably.
me?
That possibly could have happened as well. You couldn't move in here. And USA wins 2-0, plus 155 Thursday against Turkey. U.S. Open update. Who's going to miss the cut? Who's going to make the cut? And door 1, door 2 with JJ. I'm going to put him to the test. How bad does he want a Yankees ring, World Series championship, as opposed to a repeat with the Knicks? We'll ask him coming up on Follow the Money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Pauly Howard, John Jastremski, Sirius XM Channel 158.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
It's time to play everyone's favorite Follow the Money game. Live from the VSiN studios.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
This is door number 1.
New high score! What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What's that mean? Should I break it?
Or door number 2.
Get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Here's Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard.
I just retweeted this at Pauly Howard. Someone made almost $100,000 here at Circa. First goal scorer, own goal. He bet it at 85 to 1 and 55 to 1 for $500 and $1,000. I didn't see that listed at the bottom. It was, so they had that here. First goal scorer, own goal. Oh my God. That's incredible. So you can check that out. I retweeted that, and that happened earlier today here at Circa. Door 1, door 2 for Jastremski. How bad do you want the title? Door 1, Knicks repeat. Door 2, Yankees win the World Series and end their drought.
Pauly, if you asked me this question 2 months ago, it would have been an easy answer. It would have been a Knicks by a mile. But because I just lived the parade down the Canyon of Heroes 24 hours ago for the orange and blue skies, as you keep telling me,
Yes.
It's time for the New York Yankees to get atop the baseball world. And I do want to see Aaron Judge finally hold up a World Series trophy. So, I mean, how cool would it be for New York to have the NBA championship and a World Championship presiding over a 12-month period? So, because the Knicks won, I have a choice. Only one. Yankees win the World Series.
Okay. Door 1, Yankees win the World Series. Door 2, USA wins the World Cup.
Oh, my God. This is not even close. Yankees win the World Series. I'm sorry, America. I know I'm going to be incredibly unpatriotic, and I'm going to pass up a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Pauly, here's the reality of the situation. I get into the World Cup. I get into it every 4 years. The Yankees are a part of my overall being as a New Yorker, watching them day after day, growing up with the likes of Don Mattingly, Paul O'Neill, Deion James, and Jimmy Key. Come on, man. It's the Yankees, of course.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that. We're feeling so good. 6-1 aggregate so far. We've already advanced. First time since 1930, and you urinate on it. You go with the Yankees championship. Incredible.
Sorry, somebody had to do it.
What happened to God? What happened to God country, God core country? Come on. Okay, I'm putting you to the test here, and you can chime in with the audience as well. You could better actor, better career, better resume, whatever you want to do. Door 1, Al Pacino. Door 2, Bobby De Niro.
Ooh, two of my favorite actors. I am going to go with preference here. Who would John Jastremski rather see in a movie? I think I'm going to surprise you. Al Pacino. I think the De Niro career is better.
Yeah.
Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Casino. But I would make the argument that Pacino at his best is better than De Niro at his best. And again, this is like the equivalent if you have children and you're picking your favorite son. These are two all-time actors. But Pacino's a little more nuts than De Niro. And if you couldn't tell by working with me the last 48 hours, Pauly, I'm a little nuts myself. Hoo-ah, I got to go Al Pacino here.
Yeah. I think he's a better actor. It's great that, the story that the studio didn't want him on Godfather, and Coppola had to go to bat for him. But I think De Niro had the better resume for a while, but now it's kind of petered. And like De Niro's just playing the same character over and over.
That's my issue with De Niro. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, you look at the laundry list of films, you're probably going to like De Niro's career. Like Goodfellas, I think, is my all-time favorite movie. So some are going to be wondering, JJ, why are you contradicting yourself? It's not a matter of what movies he's in. It's a matter of, hey, who's the better actor? At the best, I think it's Pacino. So I think we're in agreement on that.
Whose career would you rather have? Door 1, Dan Marino. Door 2, Eli Manning.
I can't be disrespectful to the greatest quarterback who never won a Super Bowl. Now, if you were presenting me with Terry Bradshaw, and you were going to tell me it's 4 Super Bowl rings, I would have, even though Dan Marino was a way better quarterback, and at his best, you can make the argument he was as good as anybody. I mean, he was throwing for 5,000 yards when the next guy would be throwing for like 3,000 yards. It's not 2026 football where everybody goes and puts up these gaudy statistics. Marino was doing it at a time when you could basically harass, destroy, and decapitate a wide receiver when they're running over the middle of the field. I have to show respect to that. And listen, some are going to say this is JJ being a little bit of a homer. I don't look at it that way. I respect Eli Manning's career greatly. He's an all-time New York figure. He belongs in Canton, Ohio. I think that's crystal clear.
Yeah.
But come on, was Eli Manning ever the best quarterback at his position at any point in his career?
No.
He was not. Marino was. I want to be the best. So Marino's the best. So for me, Marino.
Better for the league and more interesting. Door 1, Giannis to the Heat. Door 2, Giannis to Portland.
Great question. I think it's Giannis to the Heat. And the reason I would make the argument it's Giannis to the Heat is because, one, I think the Western Conference is just super loaded.
Right.
You have Oklahoma City. They're not going anywhere. San Antonio's not going anywhere. Jokic with Denver, he's still a problem. Minnesota is the team that's been knocking at the door the last few years. I like the Portland team. I think they're moving in the right direction. But I think the pedigree of Riley and Spoelstra, a more wide open Eastern Conference, they'll build the team properly around Giannis. I think it's Giannis going to a team that's won a couple of championships, but that's me.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to give you $1 million if you can accomplish this, if you do this. You got two options for $1 million. Door 1, you make a penalty kick. Door 2, hit a free throw.
Is there a goaltender?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, then it's easy. Making a free throw.
No way.
Oh, my God, it's not even close.
No way.
Not even close.
No, you got to.
Absolutely.
Come on.
But, Pauly, if it was a wide open net, it's making the penalty kick. Have you seen me kick a soccer ball?
Well, what are you from the free throw line, though?
Better than Mitchell Robinson. That I can tell you.
Yeah, but if you're 70% and then the nerves and knowing that's $1 million as opposed to the PK where it's such a damn big, the goal's so damn big.
I understand that, but it also requires you hitting a proper soccer shot.
Oh, man. You would go
Pauly,
free
if there
throw.
was if there was no goaltender, it's an entirely different conversation. You said there's
sure.
a goaltender.
Yeah.
It's somebody who could block the ball.
Well, then it's like slam dunk. Then it's like no keeper, door 1, slam dunk, door 2. I mean, that's what that is now.
Pauly, I'm tall. I'm not that tall.
Okay.
I can't dunk.
Okay.
But it's hitting a free throw. I say that without hesitation.
I'd go door 1. No, absolutely door 1. So your wife's not listening, is she?
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
Door 1.
I see what you're doing here.
I mean, this is perfection. This is the closest thing to perfection I've seen. Oxygen. I need oxygen. Door 1, Lindsay Pellis is your girlfriend. Door 2, the Knicks repeat.
We have my wife in the building, so you know what the answer I'm going to give you. I'm giving you the stock answer. For those of you, listen, I'll tell you this. That's a classic door 1, door 2. I got no problem walking through either one of those doors. Yeah. Just a little food for thought. But because we're a family show, we're going to go with number 2, the Knicks repeating as NBA champions.
Okay. The Instagram is insanity. Pelas. I mean, she is something. And I like you went a little Mike Francesa there. Yeah, in the building. I was in the building, Doug. I was in the building.
I was in the building. Mike, one of the greats.
Great.
Love Mike.
Oh, my God. Excellent. I can't believe you went free throw, but you're better than Robinson.
Listen, your last one, there's a no-lose scenario there. But again, you got to consider your time, your place, your audience, etc. So don't want to be starting any trouble there. But
in the building,
the free throw and the goal. I'm shocked that you're surprised by this answer. Like, I cannot kick anything.
What do you get? Well, okay. That goes back to warm-ups, though, too. Like, how long do you get to warm up for both? Or practice?
Yeah, but I'd be more confident in my foul shooting ability, personally, than I would be in nailing a soccer kick. Field goal would be – I also would go a free throw over nailing a field goal, too, if you threw that out there.
No. Yeah, field goal, no way. Like a 35-yard field goal? No chance. That's tough.
Yeah. That has Shank written all over it.
All right. That's a good one. That is, I think that's I want to see what other people say about that. Million on the line. PK or hit a free throw. U.S. Open update up next. Again, I'll get to it. Some big names are going to miss the cut. And Clark's obviously your leader at 7 under through the 2 rounds. But we'll shift to baseball as well. A lot of props and a lot of picks. One of our favorite guests, Matt Vasgersian, up next, coming up on Follow the Money.